I don't think I've ever been this excited about seeing a washing machine, but this is something we've really been missing. It came back about an hour ago. I'm using it now and it seems fine. He didn't give me a price for fixing the washing machine. He's going to wait till everything's finished and then just give me one total price. The fridge and freezer are almost done and he's had to order some parts for the other appliances. But I'm really pleased. I'm very pleased to get the washing machine back. One of the good things about Thailand, that there's not the same throw it away and replace mentality as there is in the West. You know, for economic reasons, a lot of Thais can't afford to do that. So they will try to repair things. It's changing. When I first got here, there were loads of little electronic repair shops. Now they're quite difficult to find. I know I've one near the bus station in Hat Yai and one in Songkhla, but there aren't as many as there used to be. So far, we've just been concentrating on the more important, larger items, but there's just so much more. You know, these shelves, for instance, that got submerged, MDF again, they'll need replacing. I've got the same sort of shelves in a storage room under the stairs, and the shelves of those storage units that I did on a previous video, I'll need to find replacements for those. There's also a lot of paint damage. Once a year, the husband of one of my wife's friends comes over just to repair the paint that's gone bad and try to keep on top of things. But the flood hasn't done the paintwork any good at all. There's some areas of the house where the wall seems to be a bit damp and the paint never adheres very well. And the flood has just made all those areas worse. So this is something else I'll need to get done, probably in the new year, once we're into the hot season again and there won't be any rain. I mentioned previously that there's a police colonel living at the end of the soy, and next door to me and opposite are people from the Thai army. Opposite, there are a couple and they're both in the army. He's a colonel. He normally works in Lopburi or Bangkok, but currently he's doing a 2-year assignment in Pattani. Previously, he did a 3-year assignment as the military attaché to the Thai ambassador in Kuala Lumpur. While they were doing that, we went down a couple of times to stay with them and have a little trip to Malaysia. She looks after the Thai-Malaysia border, and she's just been out to lunch with a pilot in the army. He's just flown down from Bangkok to Hat Yai. The plane was loaded with donations from all over the country, and that's really fantastic. I've heard this being referred to as Hat Yai's tsunami. It's left a lot of people in a very difficult position, but the response has been fantastic. Lots of people have helped, sent money and clothes. I've had comments from people who have comments on my videos from people who have sent stuff, and I've also heard that there's been pickup trucks driving up from Malaysia loaded with things that people will need. So, you know, absolutely fantastic response. I can't deny at the moment feeling a little bit angry and bitter. I mentioned before the different stages of grief that people go through when there's been a bereavement or a big disaster. You know, initially it's all high adrenaline. You just do what you need to do. And then when you get past that stage, other feelings start to come out. It was about this time last year that my son got really sick. He's very active normally, and all he could do was lie on the bed. He didn't have the energy to do anything. It was something obviously very wrong with him. He was also very thirsty, drinking lots of water, and there were a few bedwetting incidents. You know, had I known what I know now, I would have realised the problem, but I didn't know what I know now. My wife took him to the hospital on the Monday and was told by a doctor that he was fine. He gave her some medicine and sent her home. Well, when he got home, he obviously wasn't fine. He continued to be the same way. On the Wednesday, she was at work, and I was getting seriously concerned, so I just took him back to the hospital again. And the doctor he saw on the Monday, we'd never seen before. But there's one doctor at the hospital who my kids have been seeing since they were babies, and she's really good. She's a tiny little lady, but I love the way that she diagnoses things. She's got a very, very logical, analytical mind. And when I went to the hospital, I insisted on seeing her. So she did the checks that the other doctor should have done. And from the blood test, they saw that he had this condition called, ketoacidosis? This is where the blood sugar gets to a dangerous level, and it can kill. If it's not treated quickly enough, it will kill you. So he was taken from that private hospital where I saw the doctor to Hat Yai Hospital, and they treated him for it. And he had turned diabetic, type 1 diabetes. And what they think happens, no one's really sure, but they think that the immune system goes rogue. So the immune system normally kills bad cells. When it goes rogue, it starts killing good cells, and it starts killing those cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. So he had diabetes. This was life-changing for him and also for us. And although the diabetes can be controlled with insulin, he will never be the same as he was before he developed diabetes. Other health conditions are associated with that. In the future, he will probably have problems with his feet, with his eyes, and his lifespan will also be reduced by about 10 to 12 years. So it's really, really serious. If I lived in the US and I'd gone to see a doctor with a life-threatening condition and the doctor said there's nothing wrong, I'd be straight on to my lawyer and there'd be a multi-million lawsuit launched against the hospital, no doubt. In Thailand, I wrote to the hospital, just asking what had happened, and I wanted some assurance that it wouldn't happen again. And they didn't even have the courtesy to reply to me. It's just Thailand, just completely different. Anyway, so my son's got a life-threatening condition now, a life-changing condition. It's changed the lives of all of us. So at the end of last year, I decided to change my priorities. So regular viewers on this channel will know that this year I haven't done much on YouTube at all. I thought, YouTube is not that important. What I want to do is spend more time with my family, especially my kids. And I wanted to get stuff done on the house first. So I thought, all right, okay, there's jobs I want to do here. Let's finish them this year and then spend time with the family. So I've been going quite crazy, actually, on the house, doing a lot of things that I wanted to do. And for a while now, I've wanted a sound bar to get like a home cinema effect in the house. And I promised myself that when everything else got done. So I got everything finished. I bought the sound bar about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So life was looking great. I've got all the jobs done I wanted to do. Now I'm going to start spending time with the family. And then we get hit by this bloody huge flood, and it's just knocked me back all months. It's going to take, sort of 6 months to really get back to where we were. So, there is anger and bitterness inside me. I can't really direct it at anyone because it was no one's fault. Although, things probably could have been managed a bit better. But my feelings now are starting to change compared to when the flood just happened. Today, I just couldn't continue doing the heavy work that I've been doing all week. It's just too much for me now at my age. My back is always a problem first thing in the morning. It gets better when I've been up for a little bit, but it was especially bad today. I just felt terrible, and so I can't rest completely. There's too much to do. But today it's just a case of doing some lighter jobs. So here's one of the jobs. We took off all the face plates on the sockets and switches so we could dry out the electrical sockets. And I'm just washing those and I'll put them back. There's quite a lot actually. In Thai houses, they don't tend to put in many electrical sockets. When we were in our rented house, there was like one double socket in each room, which is crazy. I've been to Thai houses where it's the same. And what the Thais do, they just use adapters and extension leads, and they plug in like 20 items into one socket, which is quite dangerous, but that's what they do. So when this house was built, one of my requests was for some additional sockets. So this house has got more sockets than all the other houses, which is great. We use them all, but when you have a flood and need to dry out all your sockets, it just means more work. And there is still a load of stuff upstairs that needs to go back downstairs so we can make the upstairs area more livable. The problem is, with losing all those cupboards, we've got very little storage space downstairs. My internet is only partially working. The router's upstairs and I've got direct connections to my computer, my son's computer and one access point. But everything else, including the other 4 access points, all go through an Ethernet switch downstairs. And I forgot to unplug it and the adapter got drowned. So I've ordered a new adapter online today. And I've also been ordering other stuff online that we need. And I spoke in the previous video about medicine that I needed, and a lot of the pharmacies being closed here because of the flood. And yesterday I got in touch with a big pharmacy in Bangkok, and they were very good actually. They had what I needed. I transferred some money and they've sent me the medicine in the post. So we can get things we need, but it's just a little bit more difficult than before.